Hi everyone, this is Amin, and in this video I would like to talk about security in wireless systems like in Wi-Fi. And the scope of the videos, actually it will be like a playlist, and the scope is this book CWNA. So if you want to talk about security in the Wi-Fi, we can talk a lot and many videos, and I mean diving deeply through everything, like all of the details. But with this scope, just like 4 or 5 videos, and I'm gonna explain everything through the blackboard. So let's see each one by one, and I will explain things to you. Bye. For my first video, what I'm gonna talk about the basic of the wireless security, like data privacy and integrity, AAA authentication, authorization, accounting, segmentation, monitoring, and policy. The basic concept, and then in the upcoming videos I will explain more, but at first let's go for the basics. Okay, let's start the part 1. As I said, it's like 802.11 security basics and data privacy, integrity. So what do we have? We have authorization, authentication, segmentation, monitoring, and policy. I decided to explain things on blackboard as the way that you can see. I don't know, I found that more like practical. So let's have this course totally on blackboard, and I will explain everything like that here. Let's go for each one. The first one is data privacy and integrity. In general, we know that 802.11, I mean Wi-Fi, wireless, it operates in a license-free frequency band. So we send our data uh, like openly in the air. So what will happen here? Security matters. We do need our data privacy. We do need our integrity. So are we going to worry about that? Yeah, for sure we should be. And it's not how to say that, it's not very wise to send your data without any encryption. We have something that we call it a plain text, like the real text, the concept that we are going to send. Just imagine we are texting. So we have the plain text. What do we need to convert it to a cipher text? So this science is cryptography of concealing or revealing the plain text. So as long as we are going to have our text and conceal that in a way that intruder or whoever wants to spoof the data cannot understand that, and also on the other side it can be revealed. So the science of concealing and revealing, it is cryptography, and it is what in computer networking. So we call it encryption and decryption. For the cipher, I can say there are two common methods. We have ARC4 and also AES. And these are like the big things in this topic to talk about that, and we will talk about them like more in details in the upcoming videos. These, in general, we can say we have two types of ciphering. We can have like continuous streams and blocks of the code. So ARC4, it works based on the continuous stream, and AES, it based on blocks. We have TKIP and WEP. On each one we have something like integrity check. We have MIC ICV message integrity check or integrity check value. These things are like the big things. In general, I can say AES offers more stronger protection, but we're not gonna talk more about those stuff. Some of them, yeah, for sure, we'll talk about them. Like we have 128, 192, 1256-bit blocks of coding in AES. We'll talk, but not more about MIC or ICV. So far, what we've done, we've talked about the first part, like which was data privacy and integrity. So we covered that. Let's go for AAA, authentication, authorization, and accounting. We know that the management frames, Mac management frames, they have not been encrypted, and authentication and association, those stuff was introduced in 802.11w. And the authentication is like just verification, the identity, the credential, like username and password. Not a big deal, and we're gonna make it like shortly. So authorization is it determines if the device is going to connect. Is it the right device to have access to like the resources, and is it a good device? Can we trust it? And the last thing is accounting. So authentication, enter. Authorization, does the device have access to all of the resources? And finally, accounting, it is tracking of the network. So we can say tracking. Okay, let's make the concept easier. So to simplify that, I would say authentication is like having the key of the house. So as long as you have the valid key, you can enter the door, you can come inside, and you are authenticated. So you have access, you come inside. But the thing is that you are inside. What you can do? Can you eat something? Can you use kitchen? Can you, use water? It will be the level of access to the resources, and it is authorization. Are you authorized to do something? Are you authorized to eat here? Are you authorized to go to the backyard? The level of access to the resources, it is authorization. First authentication, then authorization, and finally, okay, you went to the backyard, so maybe there is something like a CCTV and it catches you or it follows you what you are doing. The level of water that you use, the amount of food that you have consumed here. These things, like tracking of the things that you've done, like a log, it is the accounting. So I came up with the example of the house to simplify the concept for you. Let's go to segmentation, the next one. So far, data privacy, AAA, and it is the time to talk about segmentation. So even though people are thinking of like the utmost importance is to secure network by encryption and AAA, but segmentation is equally important. And what is that? A method that you can separate user traffic within your network. So sometimes you do need to separate traffic, and you need a method. The chosen one is firewall, like routers, VPN, VLANs, encapsulation, tunneling, and the most common are VLANs. Segmentation, tick, and in monitoring and policy, there's not too much data. I'm gonna cover them, these two all together. So yeah, you need to monitor your network, but for what? You should monitor it for potential malicious wireless activities. And this is why you do need to monitor it. And what do you need for that? So basically, we do need a wireless intrusion system, so WIPS. And it's a system, it should be installed, and it can be like cloud-based or physical. It's a little out of the scope of the videos that I'm creating, but in general, it's good to know the name, WIPS. The part 1 is just finished here. We go to the part 2.